So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
Good morning, CHS. I'm Abene Charles.
And I'm Rena Hackett.
And we are Max Scholars Leaders.
And this is a special MLK edition of CCN. Civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. was just 39 years old when he was assassinated on April 4th, 1968. But the values he stood for, acceptance, equality, nonviolent protest, have echoed throughout the 5 decades since. Abene and I work with each other and Max students to equal the playing field in academics.
50 years after Martin's death, we still have inequality issues. This week, take some time to evaluate privilege and equality in America, in Maplewood, South Orange, and in CHS. We dare you to take action and make a stand against injustices in our town. Think about your fight, your cause, the legacy you want to leave here at CHS.
And now, a tribute to Martin Luther King from students and staff.
MLK means freedom and the ability to be who I want to be, to express myself in the ways I want to without fear of extreme repercussions, and to just be myself.
MLK's values still resonate with us today, so as social justice advocates and leaders, we use many of his principles in practice.
Okay, I'm Mr. Grayson. I'm the art teacher for Art AP Studio as well. Martin Luther King, he's very still prominent. I'm strong connection with him also. He's one of my fraternity brothers for Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated as well. A lot of his ideas still are relevant to this day.
Like, he fought for equal rights.
I think his legacy is basically one of peace that people can point to. We have a lot of turmoil going on right now. And it's almost like, and I know this is going to sound a little sacrilegious, it's almost like the what would Jesus do thing. It's like you can sit and say, well, what would Dr. King say about this? Why would this be, would he approve of this? Would he not approve of this? And it gives us a foundation to build upon.
He stood for equality, and the values he instills in us, or the values he instilled, can be used across the board for anybody.
Everything is still prevalent to things that's happening today, as far as social justice, as far as for equality, and so we want to definitely continue to push his message, and the dream can still live on through everyone, as long as they continue to read and study about him and his legacy, to preserve his legacy.
And to say to people, yeah, no, this is not acceptable. So, for example, the statement that Trump made yesterday about places being an S-hole, what would Dr. King say to this? This is not where we're supposed to be right now. And so it gives people that medium of being able to look back and compare and contrast and say, yeah, this is not what we had intended. This is not what we had in mind.
February 7th, 2018, Nicole Hannah-Jones is coming to Columbia High School.
Nicole Hannah-Jones is a domestic correspondent for the New York Times, focusing on racial injustice.
Those are all your announcements for today.
Please pay attention to the PA for updates.
I'm Rena Hackett.
And I'm Abene Charles.
Have a good day.
Have a great week, Columbia.
We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are